Hey guys, it's me, LD, and joining me today is the man, the myth, the legend himself.
PyrionFlax.
Well, it took us a little while to find the right game, but from what everything Pyrion told me, this is the perfect game. Not only does it feature Pyrion, our hero who will be playing the bounty hunter, also features some other big celebrities such as Cyborg, Matt, one of the Dota cinema chaps as well, and then some random other goons, but we don't care about any of them. Of course, we only are focused on Pyrion. Pyrion! We went for one of the anti-mage games. For anyone who watched the first episode, you may recall we were talking about, oh, this anti-mage game, it looks so promising. Then we tried to go through it, and we were both a little bit tired, not really on our A game, but the game was just so damn boring. There was just nothing to talk about. You just got rolled, so...
It's tough. I mean, finding a game where you're terrible and it's still worth watching is hard work. I'm still confident I could salvage something from that video, but... God knows what. Probably nothing much.
Yeah, he actually was like, no, LT, I don't believe you. I'm gonna look. He made me send him the video. I didn't hear a thing from him about it afterwards. He's like, yeah, let's do another one. So
it was bad.
In the end, I guess I was right. I'm gonna rope that one in.
You were. Props to LD.
On all the important matters, of course, I am on point. But let's talk about what we're seeing in-game right now. You are playing Bounty Hunter, and I should mention that you've been playing a lot of this hero. I played like 20 Rubik games before my Dota 2 episode with Rubik. You probably played a similar number with Bounty Hunter, just judging from your replay history.
It's true. I've just been all over Bounty Hunter for the last couple of days. I've been, I may have been working on a Bounty Hunter vid for my channel. I don't know, but basically, this is all I've been doing. It's just Bounty Hunter, and at first, like when I do the vids, I play the heroes before I sort of make the vid. And I just thought, well, I'll play a couple of games, it won't work out, and I'll make a vid. But I fucking love Bounty Hunter. He is awesome. I'm in love with him. He's so much... And look, right there, I made a horrible move, and I was just disappeared, and now I'm owning Sand King. What could possibly go wrong?
So why do you like Bounty Hunter so much? What is it about this hero that appeals to you?
Oh, man. I mean, when you've played Lich... or Sand King. I love Sand King. Don't get me wrong. But with Bounty Hunter, you're like behind enemy lines. You know, it's like every game you've ever played where you're like sneaking. It's like kind of. Do you remember the game? You ever played Thief?
No, I haven't played it, but I'm familiar with the concept.
Oh, it's like that. It's like every stealth game. It's kind of like what is that one where you're the stealthy dude? Matrix something, I don't know, anyway.
I don't know if there's one game.
I don't know if that's too vague, but anyway, you're kind of a stealth dude. Go on! Oh! No!
Big Torrent!
Odd! I don't know Kunker, but whenever he turns up, he fucks me over. I can't stand the fucker.
Well, is he actually gonna die? Oh, Cyborg man! Oh no!
First blood, and here comes the sharks.
Cyborg Matt gave up first blood, not PyrionFlax.
Ice Frog Matt immediately starts looking at Kunker's account to ban him.
He says ban. Hell yeah.
And now you're gonna feed. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Oh my god.
What?
I thought it was okay.
What?
I can't even plead ignorance because I know Sand King.
Listen, your camera was in it's not even one of these things where I see from you. Like we saw last week, sometimes your camera just isn't in the right spot. You don't even know what's going on. You saw him walking in. This is like a guy with a loaded gun. You hear him shooting like around the corner, and you decide to walk right into him or just stand there while he starts blasting you through the wall coming around the corner. Jesus Christ.
I got my boots. I got my boots. I mean, honestly, he did me a favor. He tripped back to base and got my boots. It's not like he can get them anywhere else.
Yeah. No comment. There are no words right now.
So yeah, what I love about Bounty Hunter is he's got. I mean, when you play heroes that don't have a lot of kind of surprise burst damage, the idea of appearing from nowhere and you appear from someone, you crit someone, you hit them with your shuriken, you disappear again, crit them again, and it's just great. And then you hit them with the track and everything, so they can't even run away. Like the idea of soloing people is so huge for someone like me who basically is only like a team fight kind of utility player. The Bounty Hunter is just genuinely exciting, and you get so much money. Like I'm buying items I never buy in a million years. Like when you play Lich, I have my fixed series of items. I get my boots, and then I get my mechanism. Whereas it's like, well, the world is my oyster. There's so much money, so much possibility.
You know, it's like there's an entire wall of inventory you didn't even know the store had until now when you play a hero like Bounty Hunter.
See, I'm like, wow, look at this shit.
Well, I can tell you right now, you're not going to be affording any of those items from creep gold at this rate. Only averaging about 2 creeps a minute, a little bit less, in fact. Not really good farm. I also want to point out you guys are not warding the pole camp in the off lane. I have slapped you on the wrist about this before.
I know. I mean, you know, the problem is everyone. I was like, I can get some wards. I mean, I'm not being funny, genuinely, and hopefully the other guys will back me up. I was like, we should ward, and they were like, yeah, it's okay, we'll get it. And then people just got distracted.
What are these fissures? Cyborg, man.
I know. And now we're going in on him. I don't think it's going to work out. Get him! Get him! Go!
Oh, this is going to be bad. I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, you watch this, son.
No? No?
Boosh! Boosh! Kill! God! Yes! You don't get that as anyone else. I'm telling you. And he's going to vanish and disappear into the night. Look at that.
So you got on the board. Unfortunately, it comes at the expense of Cyborg Matt's noob life.
Die?
You didn't see it?
Oh, no idea I was watching me. Who the fuck? I don't care about anybody else. I'm caring about PyrionFlax.
But compared to your Lich game, I gotta say, color me relatively impressed. There you go, Sentry Ward dropped on the ground. Again, I have to criticize you for not checking inventories! You didn't see the Sentry Ward get dropped. Damn it, Pyrion, I already told you once. Why don't you listen to me?
I know. Oh, dear. And you know what? The stupid thing is I was saying on voice chat, I was like, how did he see me? And everyone was like, look at his inventory. He's just dropped a Sentry Ward, just like you said. I was like, oh yeah. like the fact you can click on the dude, and, you know, it's just I'm so focused on myself. The idea of clicking on someone else is like anathema at this point. But I got my bottle, and I'm on my way back.
You know, it's so important on Bounty Hunter more so than other heroes because trust me, no matter what game it is, even against, well, maybe not against the noobest of the noobs, but in anything below like the absolute garbage tier, I would say, like just brand new players. There's gonna come a point in the game where if you're getting kills, if you're harassing and annoying them, they'll buy wards just because they're sick of you. You know, it's like at some point, the ants are invading your kitchen, you'll get a couple ant traps and see if you can kill them off that way.
Here, I'm gonna get a last hit. Come on! That's what I'm talking about.
I have this image of every time you get a last hit, you're like, your baby wakes up and it's crying and your wife is like giving you nasty looks and the house is shaking. Like your keyboard is half, like you slam it in celebration on the desk.
It's all about the last hit. That's all I care about.
Like, you'll see like a pro bounty hunter, everyone will just be tracked like every fight pretty much.
Right,
Even if nothing's happening, they're just constantly throwing tracks out left and right.
Because I mean, cooldown on it is like when it's maxed out, it's like 5 seconds. So you got no excuse, right?
Now this I don't like. You're almost out of mana. You throw a Shuriken out there, and now you're pretty much done. Can't really do anything else. Would much rather like to see. Big tower denied. PyrionFlax. PyrionFlax deny the tower. What are you doing?
I tried. I went early. I went too early. Like I was lost hitting it like it was a creep. You know what I mean? Like I should have waited till it was a sliver and then denied. Oh! Now this annoys me. The dude's got no health. How is the creep? Why don't the creeps fucking take a break? Seriously, like if anyone's kill stealing and gold stealing is the fucking creeps. Just take a break, guys. There should be a button to say hold back. I've got this, and the creeps will just chill for 5 seconds. Why isn't that a spell?
You know, that would actually be a really cool hero ability. And anyway, regarding your suggestion,
Radiant's bottom tower
maybe you should just learn how to last hit. I think that's another good option. So I want to point out at this point, you are getting some farm. You haven't fed too much. Everything's looking pretty good, right? But here's the problem: you're a bounty hunter who has his basic items up. There's lots of kills going out all over the map. Your team's getting destroyed, and you're farming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I figured... Well, yeah, actually, we'd lost 3 dudes. I mean, they weren't shouting at me, so I figured everything was okay, genuinely. Like,
you know,
my cut-off point is, once people start saying, where's Pyrion? Then I'll TP in. Although I had no TP scroll. But up to that point, I'm like, okay, clearly everything is in hand, even if we're all dying. But, you know, this is all part of some grand plan of which I'm unaware.
I like what you're doing in the side shop, right? Or the shop right now. This is
standing.
Awesome.
Examining. At that point, I was thinking, when people say crit stick, what are they talking about? And I looked up the data list. I was like, that does look cool. And I was asking people, what should I buy? And they were like, I said, should I buy the data list? And I think they probably said no.
You know, You know, Pyrion, you might want to do something here. Oh, that's the easiest kill.
Hey!
And got the track off, wow.
Wait! Gets better, gets better. Get him!
I'm waiting, I'm still waiting, this is very anticlimactic.
Kill, it's my big moment, watch this.
Double kill?
Oh! Come on! How about that shit?
Oh, the game fucked you over, man. It didn't even give you the satisfaction of that double kill.
But
like,
that was a double kill, right?
But it didn't play the sound effect, at least not for me.
It was a double kill. I knew it was in my heart. I don't need no fucking computer game to tell me when I got a double kill.
Yeah, who needs the sound effects when you're screaming 5 times as loud, right? Can I just say your shopping trips are like 5-hour adventures, and like, why does this take you so long?
Because I get Mrs. Flax to do my shopping for me. She always takes forever.
Oh, no, seriously though, it's the kind of thing where it doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you can get it out of the fountain quickly, you get a couple extra creeps, maybe you hit level 11 sooner, maybe you show up to a fight before heroes die, and you know, the whole game, sometimes it hinges on that.
I mean, honestly, for Bounty Hunter, despite the fact I've been, like, playing him crazy amounts, I haven't got, like, my go-to build. Like, normally I have, like, a go-to build for everybody. Like, I'm working on it. Like, I've got my items, but when you've got, for Bounty Hunter, your beginning items, I've got that down, and your core items, I've got that down, pretty much. And then, there's, like, 50 items. And so, I'm like, what do I build, guys? And I'm just, every single game, I'm standing there asking people, and people are like, BKB would be pretty good. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll get a BKB. And they go like, but you could get a Desolator, that would be pretty good. I'm like, okay, I get a Desolator. But so, you know, I'm fucking around looking at how much is it going to cost, what have I got? So, yeah, my shopping trips, like, it's a combination of indecision and ignorance, basically.
Well, I just want to point out right now, like, you should be throwing out tracks constantly when you see enemy heroes across the river.
Yeah.
If you're going to sit here, you should get that vision up. But anyway, to answer... I mean, I can totally relate, man. It's you just want to be told what to do. Like, it's the most annoying thing in the world when people are like, well, here are your options. It's like, I don't want my fucking options. I want you to tell me what I should build. Like, you guys are the experts. You're the better players than me. Tell me what to do. I had this all the time, not with Dota, but with lots of other stuff. Like, I got, go to the doctor, and they're like, oh, here's all your options for dealing with that problem. It's like, well, which one should I follow? You're the doctor. Don't tell me what my options are. Tell me which option I should pursue.
Wow. Are you okay, LD?
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
This isn't like a Breaking Bad situation.
Oh, did I sound a little too emotional there? I think I was getting into it a little too much. You're like getting worried about me, man. Oh boy.
Mr. White! Yes, tracked on Disruptor.
Oh,
and husband! Come on!
Wow. That was a magical hook.
That's teamwork!
Yeah, that was great, man. That's the beauty of track as well. I didn't even think about it, but you punch, so give some that vision.
I kept saying to Pudge, he's Cyberman, you gotta help him out.
What is this Conker doing?
It's not Pork Chop. Pork Chop. You gotta help him out. Pork Chop is useless. He's useless.
To the earth.
What is this? What was that Conker doing? Like, what was going on in that? I wish we were doing him right now. I wish we could just switch to his perspective.
That's it. We're talking about Conker. This was when we thought we were gonna win. And then look at this shit! Oh, Sand King with the blink and ult owns everything.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Here we go. Pyrion in the front lines. I'm excited.
What's he gonna do?
Trap?
No. Gets hit by the tower.
Did you really just walk directly into the ship? Like, is that serious? That wasn't a troll? How does that happen? That's, that's one of the abilities where you have a fucking year and a half to see what's gonna happen with it.
It's a giant boat. Like, how do you miss that shit? It's like the biggest blue boat in the world.
It's sort of Pyrion. This brings up something that I've thought about is like training wheels for Dota. What if the game told you what to do in certain situations? All right, hear me out. So like the boat's flying in, and then it's like, get the fuck away from the boat, and it starts blaring a siren, or it shows you the impact area in like bright flashing red. I feel like players like you would benefit a lot from that, but then it can also become a crutch. So I don't know.
We wouldn't benefit. I honestly think with Dota 2, the only way you can learn is just the hard way. Like, if you expect a giant flashing image to say, get out of the way, while I'm reading that, the boat hits me. Like, the delay between my brain and, like, processing. What is that? Is that a warning of something? What does that say? It says, dodge this boat. Boom, boat hits you. It's impossible. You can't warn someone like me. I have the reactions of a sea slug. It's, you know, there's no pace to it.
Well,
so yeah.
How much of that is you just not being like the best gamer, maybe, and how much of that is just your inexperience with Dota?
I'm gonna take the fifth on that one.
Radiant
a little bit of both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
It's probably a combination of terrible ability.
Terrible at Dota and terrible at games in general. Okay.
Alcohol, bad at games, age, and I'm having a whale of a time here. Like, everybody's like, this is boring. Like, but look at this. PyrionFlax, brackets bounty hunter, is on a killing streak. This game could not be going better than this, genuinely. Like, there's no possible thing that could happen that would make this more fun for me, so... whether there's a will to get better, I don't know. But at this stage, I'm owning everything. In my mind, I'm the purple. We've got 5 dead dudes! Look at this!
This is probably the best I've ever seen you play, to be perfectly honest.
Did you see that? That was...
I mean, you're doing, like, what Period is doing here is, I mean, not exactly perfect, but pretty much what you want to do. The enemy team has a Sentry Ward down, they had vision of him, they had Dust at one point. They have a crap load of ways to detect him, they have a crap load of ways to disable him. So you really can't run in first, but when there's an opportunity, you're jumping in. And then you immediately run away and back off, and you dodge the Stampede Epicenter. I gotta say, Pyrion, color me impressed. I can't imagine how you throw this one. Or how... I don't know if you lose, but I know that at some point you start feeding from what you told me. And, I mean, I'm excited to see it. I'm also a little scared for your team.
I have a feeling that, knowing me as I do, the one thing I'll be more guilty of than anybody is I'll get completely overconfident and think, hey, I'm the highest level dude on our team. I've got, at this stage, what have I got, like 5 kills? What have I got? 4-2-4, which is like an insanely good score for me. And I'll just think, that's it, we've got this, it's in the bag. And I probably switch off. And I probably have a couple of celebratory pints, and maybe a glass of wine if I'm feeling cheeky, and I think, that's it. It's in the bank. Look, I got $2.5 grand in the bank. I'm not spending it. I don't need to spend it.
I love how you're... I love how you're not spending it, just admiring the way it looks in your inventory. You're like...
Checking out what?
You're like Scrooge McDuck. If you watch DuckTales, right?
I referenced it in my Nature's Prophet video, in fact.
You know how he's got, like, just the vault full of gold coins? Like, that's you. You just want to play around in the gold coins right now. You don't actually want to spend them.
Oh, I mean, if you're playing a support like I do most of the time, you're spending that money on wards and fucking courier upgrades and dull shit. Here I'm like, what should I buy? You know, I'll buy a fucking BKB. Boosh! I'll buy whatever the fuck I want.
How do you feel about, like, the Zen philosophy of Dota? Where it's like, oh, you know, I can take pleasure in these wards because I know that it's helping the team, and the ultimate objective is winning the game. That's all that really matters. So I feel good about these wards. They give me pleasure, they give me satisfaction. Do you subscribe to that?
Is that a genuine question?
Yeah, man. Some people, I wouldn't say get off, but they're happy to buy wards. It's like, oh yeah, I'm helping my team win. I feel good about this.
Fuck that. I want to get the sword that people are like, wow, he's got a divine rapier, right? I want to be that guy who saves up, like, I had a vid where a guy had a divine rapier, saved up 12,000 gold. That's what I'm talking about. Who fucking get, like, the wards? This is the problem with wards. If you buy wards, people only notice if you don't buy wards. They don't give a shit if you buy wards. They just want to complain when you don't buy wards. So fuck them. What I'm going to do is spend my money on what the fuck I want. I'm going to buy the biggest hammer and the coolest armor and the drums and all the fucking stupid flashy boots, and I'm going to spunk my money anywhere I want. Fuck you if you want wards. Buy me fucking self. That's basically my feeling on them. Anyway.
You know, you're now in the next step of development as a Dota player. Period. It's been what? It's been a few months, and you've already decided that you're gonna be a carry every game. You're gonna buy all the big items. You're done with being a support. You ain't nobody's fool. You ain't nobody's bitch. You're a man. He's a real man. It's funny.
Oh no! This is why it's all bullshit. Oh. Look at that pro escape. Come on.
This is why you pick Bounty Hunter. So you could just completely fuck up, not react to an arrow, almost die to it, and then press one button and live.
Out of there. No problemo.
See, this is sort of like that mechanic of just being able to go invis in these games, especially at a lower level game. I mean, this isn't, I wouldn't say it's ultra low level or anything.
No,
certainly not a pro match. Just that mechanic is kind of like having the bright, flashy yellow lights up on the screen. Big fucking bow coming. It's like, oh yeah, eject, eject.
Yeah, it is. I mean, honestly, that's one of the main reasons I think I like Bounty Hunter is because he's, you know, you can be useful for the team just by pressing R. Like, it's really not difficult. There's a fight, someone's about to die, you hit them with the R, everyone thinks you're a genius. You get fucked over, you hit E, you run away, everyone thinks you're a genius. By the way, at this point, Cyborg Matt is saying, Pyrion, you might want to come down here and join the fucking team fight we're all involved in. And notice, by the way, I want you to keep a very close eye on my drums of endurance. For the next, say,
I'm sure you do what I do, which is just use all the charts. Oh, that disruption. I'm not sure about it. Works out pretty well, in fact. Now you're going to dive the tower. I don't see this any well. Or maybe it will? Maybe? I have not watched this game. I played in the last one, so I knew what happened. I just can't imagine what's going to happen next. So far, so good. Sure, you're not in every team fight. Definitely a lot of things you could improve. But you're not feeding relentlessly, which, for you, is quite an improvement.
Yeah, seriously. I mean... how many times have I died? I think twice. Look at this, 424. You know, I haven't improved on 424 in like 10 minutes. And I probably... Look at this! Fuck me!
Pyrion, this
was like, oh, it's over! And then everyone's like, oh no, actually she's just like shot it randomly into the wilderness. I mean, that's twice I've just stood there while the arrows... I'm like, oh, that's a pretty blue arrow. And now, here's a team fight. Princess Bubblegum's gonna get rescued by my man Porkchop.
Nope,
and look at this! Bottling up the DD rune.
Hey Cyborg Matt, you might want to join the team fight, man. I would have immediately said that even though there was no fight. Just because I'm a dick.
Yeah.
This is, you know, you and these arrows, to go back to what we just saw, you have a magnetic attraction for these, and I feel like a lot of new players, just like they get so nervous, like either they're oblivious, they don't see it coming, or they see the arrow coming and they freak out and like lose all control of their body and their hero when they most need to have it.
I mean, it's that, like, anything like AA's ult, the big flashing dome thing, anything like that, or someone's like if someone says to me, Pudge is coming bot, I'll be like, okay. And I'll stand there for 30 seconds thinking, so should I like run over this way or that way? And it's like, get over here! And that's it, I'm hooked. It's like, it's paralysis. You're terrified. You're so scared of making the wrong decision, you're paralyzed.
Is the game bugged? Are you really? What?
Yeah. No, yeah. Oh no, shit! I remember this.
You're running by their entire enemy team.
I remember this. This was when it all goes to shit. Oh my god, I remember now. Oh,
this is that part in the game where you decide to stop controlling your camera.
No, I went to the shop and I must have clicked on the mini-map in the middle of the river by mistake. And then I go to the shop. I'm fucking around in the shop, and everyone's suddenly sort of watching me turn up, thinking I'm in control of my team. And they're like, Pyrion! Pyrion! What are you doing? And luckily, at the time, they said, oh yeah, Disruptor must have seen you port out, because he's got this ability where he can, like, track you back. And I was like, yeah, that must have been it. But actually, I'm just fucking stupid!
So you got it, they gave you an excuse, you're like, yeah, that's what happened.
That's it, yeah, that's it. I mean, they literally said to me, it must have been this Disruptor, because nobody can watch me play and think, this must be a human being making a genuine mistake. No, this must have been someone else outsmarting that person, because unless we're playing with some kind of a pet, like a guinea pig can talk, and he's trying to press the buttons.
He's called Bounty Hunter for a reason. Like, you're supposed to hunt for these kills, Pyrion. Yeah. Not just sort of sit there and wait for them to roll bloody and about out of breath into your lap for you to take that last swipe across the net.
Yeah, bounty waiter. That's what I do. I wait for them to turn up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyrion, are you serious?
Tried to rescue me, Pudge did. Oh.
I like the way you sort of move your camera around futilely after you died. It's like... Who can I blame here? Or what the hell went wrong? I have no idea what's happening in this fight.
I think more often than not I'm moving it like, please don't let anyone else die on my account. And if they die stupidly, I can say, see, this is the problem, guys. We're all going in piecemeal. Like, that's what people do.
Turn it into like a general point instead of you
like,
specifically.
This is the problem here, people.
I don't think Cyborg Matt is capable of raising his voice. Like, I have never heard him do it.
No, he's a totally chill dude.
Chill or maybe a robot. I mean, to me, that's the more likely explanation.
He's a northerner, so what you have to know about northerners is they rarely raise their voice, but when they do, it's terrifying. It's the same with Scottish people. Scottish people are like, they're cool, and then they'll shout at you in Scottish or northern, and you're like, ah! You're terrified. So Cyborg Matt is a northerner, and generally speaking, he's cool, and then when he needs to, he turns up the northerner, and he fucking owns you.
Tower.
Generally speaking, I'm better off if I could play a hero that spans like at max range, like 5,000. Like that's why I like playing Ancient Apparitions. Because I could just, all I did was stay in base and ult everybody every time it was up. That's all I did. Here I am. Look at this. There's old swine all over.
Oh, Koga just one-shot you, and I'm sure you were just talking about not knowing what abilities does. I'm sure this is a moment. This is a moment where you're like, what the fuck just killed me? I can tell, I get the sense just from the way you're moving your mouse and your camera, you're just baffled by what happened to you in that fight. You have no clue what happened whatsoever.
You know what, I got an email from my mum today, and it was, I don't know if your mum does this, or other people, I'm sure other people's mums do this. They'll forward you the oldest fucking email circular image. Like, they're still sending around PowerPoint slides. You know when you get those PowerPoint slides of images of like funny cats and shit that your mum would send you. I'm that person. I'm like your mum when it comes to Dota 2, and I'm like your mum when it comes to email. So I'm still sending around the same old boring shit. Look at Porkchop owning everybody as Pudge. I don't own anybody. I will just say, Cyborg Matt's fishes are fucking awful.
How amazing would it be if you could play Dota purely with your mind instead of having to use a mouse or keyboard? Oh my god, like, I mean, not just, first of all, players like you, like noobs like you would have a lot more fun. But then imagine how good the pros would be. Like, they're already pretty disgusting with mouse and keyboard and all its limitations.
It would be good for people who knew what they were doing, but for me, I rely on accidentally pressing the right button quite a lot. So, like in quite a lot of occasions, you'll see me get a kill. You think, "Wow, Pyrion's doing really well." I pressed it by mistake, totally by mistake. So, if my brain was in charge, you would just see me running in circles. It would be horrible. Look, I mean, look at this! Boom! Why?
This is a problem I see a lot of newer players struggle with. When you get to this point in the game, like 50 minutes, even if players are really bad, they're gonna clump up. Like, that's just what happens. It's just...
Yeah.
I don't know if I can give a great scientific explanation for it, but after the 30 to 40 minute mark, everybody just runs around together for most of the game, especially in low-level games. And you are just not respecting that whatsoever.
No, yeah, I mean, you know, what do they call it, the pub train or something, when everybody just forms
pub
into
club.
a big...
It's a pub club.
And gets in there, yeah, I mean... I'm an individualist, you know, I'm stubborn, I'm a free thinker. The idea of forming into a group is anathema to me, so even if it's for my own good. By the way, if you just have a little peek, how many charges I have left on my drums of endurance.
Yeah, this is that great moment of unveiling, and well... I see there's still 4 drum charges. Yeah, it's still, you know, the good thing for you, Pyrion, is this is still a fantastic item, even if you never use it.
Yeah.
But it's exponentially better if you do.
That's the let-off for me. It's like, I look at it, I'm like, well, let me see, +9 all attributes, +9 damage, move speed, attack speed, awesome! I mean, you know, you can't beat that. What does it give you if you use it? Oh, 10%, who gives a shit? Like, so I get away with it. In my mind, I've done the right thing, in fact, by saving those charges, because we might need them later. But who knows, it might have turned the tide.
Yeah, there's a lot of that from you. It's okay. A lot of rationalization and laziness, I gotta say. You should be ashamed of yourself, truly.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna try and kill Sand King and completely fuck it up.
Yeah, why did you wait so long to do that, by the way? Like,
either they...
Yeah,
watch this, Matt saves me. It's like, take it for the team!
Goodbye, Pyrion, I love you! Although I don't think...
I saved you there, Pyrion. I was like, thanks, dude.
Oh, Pyrion. It looked good for a while. It wasn't really like the spectacular collapse I had envisioned, but it was more just a slow and steady crumbling erosion of your position in the game. How does it feel? How does it feel losing a game like this? Like you said yourself, you thought you had it won for sure.
Oh, honestly, well, the whole way through we were like, we've got this. We've got this. I mean, I was level at one point in the game, I was the highest level player, like in the game, which has never ever happened to me. Our Pudge got to level 25. You know, Earthshaker had his blink dagger and everything. Like I'm thinking, we're rocking and rolling. Visage, I know nothing about. Shadow Demon. I think in fact, Pyronic X hadn't played Visage in something like 6 years. He said. And he said if we'd picked a different hero, it would have been all different or whatever. So I think, you know, it could have gone either way. I think I wasn't brilliant, but I don't think I was like the anchor that dragged the team down. I wasn't great, but I did some decent stuff, right? No?
Yeah, I want to say.
Oh, LD, I thought I did all right.
You did pretty well. Like, here's the thing. To me, whenever I watch a bounty hunter player, there's two things I look at. One is he actually contributing later on in the game? Because that's where the hero normally tends to scale off, is in these big team fights. And you didn't really offer anything to your team in the team fights. At least you should have been spamming track. That's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Beyond that, you shouldn't be getting picked off before every fight begins. And you were. So you were dead during most of what would have been team fights. And then your team just kind of falls apart from there. So I kind of got to pin the blame on you for this one, man. Mostly because of that. And then also just the fact that your team had about 43 kills, I believe it was, and you only participated in 13. It's just not enough. I mean, Bounty Hunter, imagine if you had been in 10 more kills. Let's say, I mean, I'm not going to do the math right now, but that's a couple grand, if not 5K for your team if most of them are there. It doesn't seem like it at the time, but looking back on it, I mean, you got to admit, that gold adds up.
It does. I mean, I read there was a thing about gold and stuff, and how after 12 minutes, if your team has a 10% advantage this is in pro games, you have like a 75% chance of going on to win. Obviously, we didn't make enough of that. We didn't carry on, because I thought we had an advantage, and I know you did when you watched the replay. You were like, "Sure, tell me you're not going to lose this game," because we looked in a commanding position. I really thought we did. I was like 4-2-4, which is huge for me, and I should have pushed on from there. It was my fault. You're right, it was my fault.
Well,
I'm gonna go kill myself, LD.
I was about to say, before you go kill yourself.
Oh, okay. Please stop me.
You mentioned you have a bounty hunter guide coming out soon, so everybody be sure to follow Pyrion on his YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ted himself, which is where this guide will be appearing, or this instructional video. But be sure to subscribe to him so you can catch this guide, and also subscribe to me so you can check out episode number 3. Basically, what we're going to do is just bounce back and forth. One episode in my channel, one in his, so that way people who are familiar with Pyrion can get familiar with me, and vice versa. Hopefully you guys overall will sort of spread the wealth and enjoy both of our content. But do we have any idea what we want to do for next week? Anything you're looking forward to doing?
I'm completely open about who my next hero is going to be. I'm going to have to mess around, maybe have a little fiddle with a few other dudes, see who it might be. Might be a lady this time. Not entirely sure. I'm angling towards Windrunner, maybe. We'll have a think.
Spread the love, man. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, be sure to subscribe to both of our YouTube channels. We look forward to seeing you next time, but that's going to do it for now. So until next time, this is PyrionFlax and LD signing off.
Take it easy.